What's going on, everybody? And I hope you've had a fantastic overall Hump Day Wednesday so far, and you're enjoying your Wednesday night. This is NYG Jeffy T85 here, and I'm bringing you the BKN Game Recap for the BrooklynNets as they took on the Philadelphia 76ers tonight in Philadelphia at the Wells Fargo Arena on ESPN televised. And, well, shooting-wise, it was an absolutely unbelievable night for the Brooklyn Nets. And not as good, but a decent shooting night for the Philadelphia 76ers. But the Brooklyn Nets ended up falling in this game by the final score of 137 to 133. And a lot of that had to do with second chance points, too many fouls committed, turnovers, and defense. The Nets gave up 137 points tonight. They scored 133. They were on fire tonight, but they gave up 137 points on the defensive side. The Nets played a lot of zone defense, and for reality, they should have played man-to-man because they were getting destroyed in the zone defense. It was a tale of two games for certain players on this team. Tale of two games. Why don't we start out with the man everybody's talking about, and that's Ben Simmons. Simmons tonight, he scored 12 points. But Simmons, in reality, he didn't do anything in the first half. He had 0 points, no rebounds. Yeah, he had one rebound, no assists. Simmons did virtually nothing in the first half. He was non-existent. Then the second half, he started to play a little bit more aggressive, and he was able to score all 12 of his points in all of the third quarter and into the beginning of the fourth quarter, but he did not play the last 8 minutes of the game. Why? I don't know. He did commit 4 personal fouls in the game. But in reality, he did nothing in the first half, and that's what killed this team. Kyrie Irving had a great game at the end. He only shot 15 shots overall, 9 of 15. He had 30 points on the game and 10 assists. Irving was very good tonight. Double-double. Defensively, though, he's still a problem. Irving's defense is a major problem with this team. Royce O'Neal and Joe Harris. O'Neal was, decent on the defensive end. He was good. Well, somewhat. Offensively, he did nothing. 8 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. He had a decent complete game. 3 of 7 from the field. He did hit 1 3-point shot. And the sad part is, Joe Harris was actually shooting the ball pretty decent to start the game. But the damn foul trouble got him in trouble, and he ended up fouling out with about 5 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. And he finished the game with 8 points, 3 of 4 shooting, 2 of 3 from the 3-point line. The stories of this basketball game, though, for the Nets. First off, Yuta Watanabe had his best game in probably over a couple of weeks. 25 minutes. He was 4-7 from the field. He had 11 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists, including a couple of nice putback shots. Some decent defense. He had a block shot, he did have a turnover. He had a couple of assists. But for me, this was the Seth Curry and Nicolas Claxton show. Those two guys were both terrific tonight. Curry literally channeled his older brother, Steph. Curry had 32 points tonight, 7 of 10 from the three-point line, 11 of 20 from the field in 35 minutes. He had 4 assists, 1 steal. He had 32 points. Everybody's talking about Ben Simmons' revenge game or James Harden's revenge game. How about Seth Curry? He was the best out of the 3. He was unbelievable tonight. And it's very funny with all the trade rumors going around Seth Curry right now. He ends up having this game tonight and played terrific. And Claxton, 11 of 12 from the field, 25 points, 11 rebounds. He had 2 assists, 38 minutes overall. He had 2 block shots, which is actually the lowest he's had in probably over a month. 5 personal fouls that we had. You could argue that Claxton outplayed Embiid. You could argue. Even though Embiid was terrific too. I mean, Embiid didn't have a block shot in the game, but Embiid did all of his damage mostly from the line. 26 points, 10 rebounds. But the Nets, the defense was just really not good. I mean, you look at the percentages and you could say that the Nets did a pretty good job on the defensive end. Let's just be real, they didn't. They gave up way too many second chance points. Sixers had a lot of open looks from the outside and from the inside. Too many putback shots. Deep offensive rebounds by Philadelphia. It was a mess. It was a mess tonight, defensively. And the Nets have a lot to work on as they get ready for their game tomorrow night against the Detroit Pistons, in a game that they should win. Even though it is a back-to-back, the Nets should be able to win this game tomorrow night against the Detroit Pistons. But this was a tough loss tonight. Tough loss. Now, obviously, you can make up the excuse and say, well, there's no Kevin Durant. That's the reason why we lost. We didn't have our best player. You competed against the second-best team in the Eastern Conference. You took them down to the wire. Now, if you want a moral victory, that's where you're going to go with this. I'm not happy we still lost, but if you want the moral victory, you took one of the second-best team in the East down to the wire and had a chance to win it. And the Sixers just hit their foul shots in the end to pull it out. So now the Nets sit at 29-18 with a date tomorrow against the Detroit Pistons back at Barclays Center. Harris has got to play better. Simmons has got to play better. Warren, who's done nothing for the past 3 games, 2 points tonight in 9 minutes, he's got to play better. Watanabe's got to be more consistent. Sumner didn't do anything tonight. Curry, as great as he was tonight, he's got to be more consistent on the offensive side. The only guys on this offense I trust and play is Claxton and Irving, not including Durant. I don't trust anybody else on this team. Irving and Claxton, I trust every single game in and game out. They were going to carry this team offensively or defensively, or both. In Claxton's case, both. But the Nets have got to do a better job on the defensive end. Sixers were a better team. Maxey was great tonight. He had 27 points for the Sixers. Embiid had 26. Harden had 23. He had some big shots at the end. Tobias Harris had 18. Melton had 19. Thibault had 10 off the bench, and he's not a scorer. So, back to the drawing board. But either way, that's your BKN game recap. Nets fall to the Philadelphia 76ers, 137-133. Nets now drop to 29-18 on the season. And they go back home, travel back home, and they have a game tomorrow night against the Detroit Pistons at Barclays Center. Curious to see how that team's going to look. So if you like this video, hit the like button below. Sub up if you haven't already to NYGJeffyT85 for more breaking news, updates, chatter, and game recaps surrounding the Brooklyn Nets. Turn on the bell for notifications on the next video or short dropping on the channel surrounding the Nets. And let me know in the comment section what you guys think about tonight's game with the Nets and the Sixers. An unfortunate loss by the Nets against the Sixers by 4. And your state of the Nets going into tomorrow night's game against the Detroit Pistons. Thank you very much, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Hump Day Wednesday. Take it easy and let's go, Brooklyn Nets. As always, it's a Nets world, and we're all just living in it.